Welcome back to the channel. So today is a maintenance day down here in the fish room. I need to do a bunch of water changes. Before I do that, I wanted to give you guys an update on the fish and what I got going on down here in the fish room, because we got some new fish and we're going to be setting up an African cichlid tank as well today. But first, let's take a look at our filamental barbs. You guys remember I had set this up in the last video. They're definitely here swimming about, looking good. I read you guys' comments about getting some Bolivian rams for this aquarium, so we probably end up picking up some Bolivian rams, but I really would love to have some black rams. So if anybody have any hookup on some black rams, let me know, because I would definitely purchase some of them. And we'll probably add some more corridors in here as well. Get about 5 to 7 more of those guys just to add to the population. And then we'll probably do maybe some oddballs, maybe like some coolie loaches, or just something oddball that can go in here with these fish as well. I've seen somebody say electric blue cars, but I'm currently trying to breed those right now, so I don't want to put them over into this aquarium. But who knows? We might try a few different things. But for right now, I'm loving how this tank is looking over here. But let me see if I can get a good shot of these guys down here. These are a breeding pair of angelfish. I don't even see the other one. I think he's hiding behind a slate. But these guys have not laid any eggs since the last time they did. I still been keeping up with the water changes and the feeding for them, but they just haven't laid any more eggs. So I'm just trying to be patient with these guys, and hopefully they will try to breed for me, because I really would love to have some angel fry. But I changed the tank around a little bit. I just added in some little rocks and just let the pot right here with some crypts and some rotalia in here. I kind of wanted to keep this thing very simple and didn't want to make it all fancy. I just kind of wanted it to be functional for me. But the angels are doing, I don't see the other ones, probably hiding somewhere, but he's definitely in there. I literally just seen him, looking good. And we got this tank down here that I had recently scaped, and I really like this tank. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the rocks or the little piece of twig I got in there. But there are some fish in here that have been breeding, but I never see them. They only come out when the lights is off. And them are our flag festums. Actually, you can see one hiding back here. So I got the pair of my flag festums in this aquarium. And the other day I came down here and they laid some eggs on this little rock right here, and they didn't survive. So still working on these guys as well, trying to get them to breed. And I don't even see them in here, but they're in here though. When the lights are off, they be out swimming. But when the lights are on, they don't come out. I don't know what it is about these fish. When I had them over my 60-gallon, they would be out all the time. Now, when I put them down there to try to breed them, they don't be on nothing. But I did put in these rainbow cichlids into my 60-gallon because they were in the tank with the other South Americans. I just want to add them in here just to see if they color can come back. And you see they're starting to get a little bit of that yellow back in them, because they was like looking super washed out in the other aquarium. Still got our flagtail in here. Thinking about actually moving the flagtail over to this tank, because these giant Daniels in here are like crazy eaters. So when it's time to feed, they destroy all the food, and the flagtail is not really getting the nutrition that he needs, because this flagtail should be way bigger than what he is. I find him very skinny, in my opinion, and I think it's because he's just not getting the proper nutrition that he needs. I feed them at least 4 different types of food, algae wafer. I feed them everything, but I think these giant Daniels are just so fast when it's time to eat. You can see how everybody's up here right now. Like, how can any fish get some food with all these giant Daniels up here swimming? So I think that's what the issue is here. So I'm going to be probably moving the flagtail to that tank behind me, and then hopefully he can start putting some size back on, because ever since I had these Daniels in here, he has not been getting fat like I would like him. We still got our Severns in here looking good, and we got our green Severns who are actually starting to put on some size. This one right here in particular is starting to get big. You can see he's starting to get some color in his face. Nice little red on his fins, looking really good. So that's what's going on here. If you guys remember this tank, let me turn some lights off behind me so it's not much of a glare on this tank. But if you guys remember this tank, I used to have like white substrate in here, and it was a bunch of like South and Central American fish in this aquarium. But I ended up changing the substrate. My homie Mr. Feed the Fish donated this substrate to me, and I just added this little piece of driftwood in here, and now we just got our beautiful pike. Like, I love this fish right here. I don't know what it is, but he has been definitely growing on me. He's starting to get some nice color on him. and he's just looking good. So we got a pike in here, we got our African jewel in here, and we still got our Starry Night that Mr. Feed the Fish says he's gonna come pick up, but he still ain't came and pick it up yet. But if he don't, I'm gonna keep him because I really like this fish. I found somewhere where they selling them, so I might end up picking some more Starry Nights up. I just really starting really to like this fish. I just think it's a really super dope fish. And then we still got our Fogel bass who has just came out of quarantine. He had got ick. He got really skinny on me, so I've been feeding him, trying to get him back fat, and he's definitely back healthy. So we're gonna get him back going. Yeah, gave me a scare for a while. I didn't think he was going to make it, but he's definitely looking good. It's kind of a glare to see him. But over here, we still got our beautiful Jardini. Look at this guy right here. Just beautiful. I love this fish right here. I don't know what it is about this fish, but I just really like him. And if you guys remember, I used to have a black arowana in this aquarium as well, and he was getting beat up by the Jardini, so I gave him to my homie Mr. Feed the Fish to grow out and to bring him back to health. And the black arowana passed away on him, so it's unfortunate. Things happen, and we can always get another black arowana because things just happen in the fish hobby. But this guy is looking great in here, and we still got Shorty Mac. Shorty Mac down here hiding, sitting on his belly because I just fed him. So he down here chilling, looking good, looking great. Oh, look at the little pleco out hanging out right here. Nice little bristle nose in here with my puffer. Nice little bristle nose. And then we still got some African cichlids, some babies. We got some zebra obliquos in here that I'm just trying not to get rid of them, but they really starting to make me want to get rid of them because they're just not doing nothing, not coloring up. They just taking forever. I got all the other species of Africans I got. These guys are taking forever to color up and mature. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Now, if you guys remember, outside I had a 120-gallon pond set up with all the Africans. These are all the Africans that was in that pond. I had to bring them inside because I was having too much trouble trying to keep the temperature right in that aquarium. In that pond outside. I'll be the middle of the day, I'll go outside and be like 100 degrees in that pond, and these fish will be just gasping for air. So instead of me always trying to pump cool water in there, I just went ahead and brought them guys back inside because I did not want to cook these fish outside. And right now we just got some guppies and some swordtails out there in that pond currently. And I really would love to acclimate these guys to my 1,000-gallon pond, but only thing that stopped me from doing that is my bass, because I know the bass can take them down, but no other fish in there will take these fish down. Because you see like Big Rich at Ohio Fish Rescue, he got all those African cichlids in his 58,000-gallon pond, and nobody messes with them. But if he had a bass in, that bass would probably be taking them down. So I don't know. Maybe you guys let me know in the comment section what you think. Should these guys go into the 1,000-gallon pond? I think they'll just look super dope in there swimming around and just doing what they do. But overall, they looking good. Water level low. Need to do some water changes. Still got our Williamson blue lips. They breeding like crazy down here. The male in there, they just going crazy doing what they do. But that's a little bit of an update on some of the fish. We still got this tank down here looking good. I was going to take a lot of these swordtails outside, but I was like, man, I really like to see my fish swimming, man. It's hard to put fish outside because I be wanting to see them swimming. But they definitely in here looking good. We got tons of Kerbenchi still. I seen actually a pair in here pairing off. So I told Mr. Oh, I think that's them right there. I told my homie he can get those guys to start breeding them in his fish room because I got tons of Kerbenchis in here. It's probably about at least 10 to 15 Kerbenchis in this aquarium. You can see another one back there as well. So we got tons of Kerbenchis in this aquarium. But let's talk about what today's video is about, man. And that is setting up this African cichlid tank. So this is the tank where the African cichlid. I'm gonna explain why this tank looked like that and why that tank looked like that here in just a second. But we're gonna be turning this tank into their new home. This is a 40 breeder, and currently right now I just have in some Pictus cats down here swimming around and a piece of driftwood. I need to add a new light to this aquarium. I already added more filtration to here, and we're gonna be putting all our yellow tops in here to give them more space for breeding purposes. And I'll probably end up leaving the Pictus cats in here, or I might move them out because they can be a little aggressive. We'll see. I actually wanted to put those guys in here with the Exodons, but I'm like, I don't know, because I've been adding a lot of plants to this Exodon tank, and I just don't want them like swimming about, messing up the plants. But I really want to try to put those Pictus cats in here. So y'all let me know in the comments, do you think the Pictus cats will go well with these guys? I think they will, honestly. They can't catch them. Them Pictus cats are super fast, so these Exodons can't catch them. You know, but dang, love the Exodons though. They just caught my attention. Looking good. But yeah, let's talk about this. So you guys remember I set this rack system up recently, and it's looking great, right? But I'm just having so many problems with it as far as the electrical on this side of the fish room. It blocks my water from me doing water changes. It's a lot of cons more than it is pros. This tank, I've been battling algae in this tank for since I set it up because of these saltwater lights right here. And originally I had these lights over 10 gallons, was set a little bit lower so the light didn't have more way to travel. Now the light sits pretty much on the top of the water, so you can see what it's looking like. And then we got African cichlids in here, which is a high bio load fish. So you add that with this lighting, you get this, and there's just tons of algae. So we're gonna be taking this whole aquarium down today, moving all the rock out of here, moving these fish to that 40 breeder because we got tons of fish in here. Look, you can see a little baby fry. We got it's just at least 50 of them in here. So I want to give them a better situation, and then we're going to be actually tearing this whole rack system down and putting my 120 gallon aquarium right here, so that way we can move our Jardini here and create like a nice little show tank. And then I'll take this wood and these center blocks and build another stand on the other side of the fish room in a later date. Now this tank, you guys may remember, I had it set up all pretty, all nice, had escape looking good, and this thing started to leak on me. So it's just always something in the fish room, bro. Like, you can never have everything just function the way you want at all times. It just never happens. So this tank started to leak on me. I had to move all the fish, all the scape out of here. That's why it looks like crap right now, because I've been taking the substrate out of here. I've been snatching plants out of here to put into different aquariums. And we're going to be finishing up taking this thing down. And like I said, we're going to be putting a 120 gallon aquarium right there. I put all the fish that was in there, I put them in here. So we got our albino crebences in this aquarium down here looking good. We got some shrimp. You can see a nice little shrimp hanging about on that piece of wood. So some more crebences back there. Then we got our little betta fish that's currently trying to get up under the sponge filter. So these guys are in this little 20 gallon looking great. Now I want to show you this tank to the next me, but I'm trying to say that for a different video, but I'll just give y'all a little pan, boom. If you guys pause, you'll let me know what it is. But everything else down here in the fish room is looking pretty good. Oh, let me show you guys these. These are all my little Africans. We got our tangerine tigers in here, starting to color up. We got, there you go, right here. We got our royal peacock. And then we have our red empress, who's not well, he ain't really colored up right now, but he's definitely still looking good. We got some fry. I said fry, but female. These two females actually are in the back, actually are both holding. I'm not exactly sure. I think that's a tangerine tiger female, because the tangerine tiger and the red empress females look just alike. So I think, yeah, that's tangerine tiger, because these are the red empress female. They got like the black stripe that goes down them. And then we still got this giant Daniel in here that just been in here for 6 months probably. I don't even know how long it's been, but he's been in here for a while. Then we still got this beautiful guy as well, looking good. Then we got tons of rusty cichlids. Like, I'm gonna show you guys all their fry. Look at this. See if you guys can count how many fry is in this aquarium right now. It is so much fry in this 40 breeder. We got some orange tops. We got a bunch of rusties and some random Kenyas in here as well. Looking good. Oh, this one right here is starting to really get some purple. That's an orange. I mean, that is a orange top hungai. Starting to get some nice purple on them. Most likely a male. But yeah, these guys in here are looking good. It's just a lot going on down here in the fish room. But let me go ahead and start breaking down this tank. We need to get all the rock out of here, all these fish out of here, and get them guys moved to their new aquarium. Need to add a new light to here and just get some things going. So I'll pick the camera back up when I got everything set up. So we back, and as you see, we finally got this 40 breeder put together. I just took a lot of the rocks that was in their original tank and moved everything over to here. Didn't add a lot of rock because I wanted to leave some swimming room for them, and plus if I need to catch any of the females out of here to strip, then it'd be easy for me to catch them. But it's got a nice little scape. You can see all the yellow top mabombas in here are looking good. That's a nice little male right here that's starting to color up. And I'm already seeing a few that's holding. So we got, I think that's a little female. You see how skinny she is. So she got fries that she haven't spit yet. And then there's the mom back there. She's holding right now as well. So there's probably about 5 generations in here. I'm seeing there's a couple males, one male hanging out back there in that little pot back there. Then I see another male over here. Then the main pops, he is kind of hanging out over here in this back corner. But I'm seeing about 3 or 4 females that's holding right now. Look how skinny she is. She is ready to pop. I should just strip her. But I really just let these guys kind of like breed in the aquarium. And when they're ready, they would just kind of like spit the babies themselves once the babies are big enough and strong enough. That's why I do a lot of these little small rocks down at the bottom, so that way the babies can have little crevices and creases they can slide in and live in, and they won't get eaten by none of the parents, which these guys don't eat their fry anyways. See that male back there by the sponge filter, he's looking good, and he got a few sons in here that are looking really good as well. But yeah, love this species of fish because they don't kill their fry, they colony breed. Just like my Williamson blue lips over here, these guys colony breed as well. And I like that about them because a lot of times with Africans, you'll have to move the fry, grow the fry out, and the next thing you know, you just got 3-4 tanks of the same fish. So I like to keep all my fish in one tank and just watch them do what they do. And then if I ever want to sell some or give some away, I can just go in here and catch them and bag them up. But liking how the tank is looking, I added a light to it, simple scape, and it's just perfect for African cichlids. So hope you guys enjoyed today's content. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this setup. Definitely a super dope little fish. Very peaceful Mbuna too. Most Mbunas are mean and nasty, and these guys are pretty peaceful. So yeah, let me know in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.